And now, Giant Sports Talk Live. Here are your hosts, Eric and Glenn.
We're talking Giants every
Crank this up. Crank it, baby. Yeah.
From the Covey Cove to the Oracle Park lights, Eric and Glenn keep the fire burning bright, fighting for the glory, no matter what it costs us, breaking down the moments from the wins to the losses. Giant Sports Talk, we're here for the ride. Eric and Glenn with the fan base pride, talking dreams, will they contend? But we'll back the Giants till the very end.
Bossy, what's up, Bossy? Man, I haven't seen you forever, dude.
Let's go, Giants! Yes, yes, yes!
There's more Katna. Email me your address.
Eric and Glenn, breaking
You know he
it
lives in
down,
Japan, right?
all Giants all the time.
It's like $4 in stamps. Forget it. Forget it.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Giant Sports Talk Live. Breaking news. The Mets make a trade. They traded for an outfielder. They got Luis Robert Jr. from the White Sox. Luis Robert Jr., he's been a guy that has been talked about he's been bandied about as far as trade for like the last 3 or something years, man. It's like he always seems to come up in trade talk. Of course, the White Sox always seem to always ask too much for him, but it looks like they were able to get it done. Mets traded Luisangel. Forgive me if I butcher it. Luisangel Acuna, little baby brother of Ronald, and another guy named Truman Pauley. I have no idea who the hell Truman Pauley is, but that's not really the big thing. What the big thing is the Mets are taking on the entire contract. I believe it's a total of $22 million. It's $20 million for the 2026 season, and then an extra $2 million for the opt-out or whatever for 2027. So there you go. I think the bigger thing, more so than the Luis Robert Jr. is, it looks like the Mets are probably out of the Cody Bellinger sweepstakes. I know they talked about this a little bit earlier, Glenn. I'll get to you real quick. The Mets and the Yankees and two other teams supposedly were in on, or I should say, are in the Bellinger sweepstakes. So the Mets are out. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, Mets get their outfielder, Glenn.
You know what? You say it's not a big deal. It is to me, Eric, and for a couple of reasons. First of all, the guy had 14 home runs last year. Bandied about when it comes to the injury bug. But if you can get a solid year out of him, Eric, good defensive outfielder, gives you a great defense in the outfield. Plus, he had a season when he hit 38 dingers. So this guy has got some legitimate potential. Just got to keep him healthy, maybe getting into a fresh team. I always say that too. And I've said that about a lot of Giants players who haven't made it to the big league level, the banter back and forth to Sacramento. Sometimes I say, Eric, nothing better for a ball player who doesn't quite fit the mold of an organization, a change of scenery. Maybe this is just what the doctor ordered for both Robert and the New York Mets. And I'll tell you, I think this now opens up the door for the Mets to go out and get starting pitching, which I think should have been their priority in the first place. But I think they had to get a solid outfielder heading into this year. And the thing that really ticks me off, the reason I wanted to go live and talk to you about this tonight, Eric, it was less than a year ago. There was trade buzz. Robert, maybe a Giant. Giants weren't willing to pay. Can't pay. Other teams were willing to do it. Another National League team steps up to the plate, makes the trade, Eric. Why can we not just create a little buzz, make a little trade? You've always said, way to get better for this organization appears to be through the trade bargaining Chip,
Yeah.
and why can we not do that? There's going to be a little buzz at Citi Field. Everybody's going to be excited. New face, guy with potential. And I'd like to see somebody like that playing at Oracle Park so we don't win a measly 74 games this year.
Hey, well, I tell you what. Look at Pottin coming in. Mets are ruining baseball. That's pretty good. I like that. Good play. He's a Dodger fan, by the way. Yeah, that's awesome. What's up, Chico? Okay, I tell you. You talk about being excitement at Citi Field, and there will be, because look what the Mets have done as far as their roster, or I should say their lineup. Last year, of course, the big Juan Soto. They picked up Bo Bichette. They traded for Marcus Semien, and now they traded for Luis Robert Jr. So don't get me wrong, the Mets are trying to go out there and do something. And in the whole thing, I'll tell you what, the biggest bugaboo for Luis Robert Jr. is, can he stay healthy? Yep. If the Mets can keep him on the field, well, maybe you could do something. Let's go back. Look, let's start from 2021. 68 games. 2022, 98. 2023, where you mentioned the 38 home runs, had 145 games. That was pretty good. That's kind of an aberration for him, because then in 24 he only played 100, and last year he played 110. So he has issues with staying on the field. But yes, does he have a bat? He does. He's got the power in the bat, they say.
Yeah, but the Mets also, like you just mentioned, Eric, and I didn't mention his name, but I say there's going to be a little excitement because the Mets have had the stones to go out there and they're quietly having a nice off season, Eric.
You're not wrong. They're adding to their roster. The only thing, and Mets fans out there, I don't know. There's Armand. Armand,
I didn't mention Bo Bichette, but I mean, throw him in, and I mean, nice little mix of talent heading to New York, and they're doing it quietly, Eric.
Well, I would say Bo Bichette wasn't quiet. Nobody
around baseball's, like you said to me, that's nothing. You put all these pieces together. I think this is a nice offseason so far. And if the Mets pick up a pitcher, Armand would agree with me. You get these deals done, you get a pitcher, Mets are right back in. A big change from what he saw last year, Eric.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Armand, I sent you at the link. Mark, if you want to join too, you're more than happy. I'm about to go to sleep. He's about to go to sleep.
Well, he was yawning when the deal was made anyway.
Come on, man. This is your team, man. This is your team.
I think he doesn't want to steal the show. He doesn't want to steal the show. Remember, he is waiting to get his I don't know what his son's name is. Younger Mark, maybe. The young fella on to steal the show first.
Yeah. Oh, he's got to work tomorrow.
You got to work on that.
That's fine. That's fine. You get a pass, Armand. You get a pass. Just send that damn reward back in the mail. I'm messing with you, man. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Mets do. I tell you what, and I said this on the top of the show. Where is Cody Bellinger going to go? I got a feeling that he's not going to go. He's not going to be a Met. So you got the Yankees, and then you got here. Matter of fact, let me bring up the tweet that was out earlier today. Hold on one second.
I said to you in the pregame before we went to air, I say it's going to be don't count out the Dodgers and the Jays, the two powers of baseball. One in the American League, of course. And I was thinking about this today. I always say, Eric, and maybe it's just force of habit. We say our dreaded rivals. Are the Dodgers really a rival anymore? I mean, a rival is when you're competitive between. I don't know if we're really rivals with them anymore. I think our rivalry has become in Arizona, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Ooh, this is interesting.
The rivalry's kind of dying, Eric.
Well, the rivalry will always be, the historical rivalry will always be there. As far as the competition rivalry, it hasn't been there for some time. 2021, right? I mean, that was a one-year thing.
Yeah, but that's when we're going to be doing the show in like 2046. Back in my day, Eric, that big rivalry, because it ain't now, and we're not doing anything at the moment. We're not doing anything to even try to compete. And I'm getting ticked off watching other shows, and even in our chat, Eric, you cannot come to the table on Giant Sports Talk Live and say, you know what? Who cares?
Tony.
Dodgers are better than us. You still got to compete to the best of your ability, Eric. You don't mail it in and go, oh, well, Dodgers can win for the next 4 years, so we'll show up in 28 and see what happens. You gotta do your day-to-day diligence to make the team better, Eric. You
Absolutely.
really do.
You do. Hey, Booney, I sent the link out there, man. If you want to pop in, you're more than welcome to come in. I don't know if you're busy or if if you got other obligations, I get it. But if you want to pop on, man, come on here. But look at this. John Heyman, earlier today, 4:41 p.m., he tweeted out Cody Bellinger is weighing interest from the Yankees, Mets, and 2 others. So we could take Mets off the list now, I would think, right? Now we could say Yankees and 2 other teams. Who are the two other teams?
I would say it's the Blue Jays. Blue Jays got to be in there, Eric.
I have no idea. It could be. Oh, I know, Dallas. I know. Don't get me started, man. The Giants are not going to be one of the 2. Come on. Let's squash it now. I would love them to, right? It'd be great. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
But yeah, we all know what the hell that's all about. we all know what that's about. But there is an interesting Champ, a listener of ours. He sent me something interesting. You guys know who Hector Gomez is? I guess he's an insider. I honestly, they say he has, what is it, over 100,000 followers. So he's got something going on.
He's got a head of hair like Dan. I know that.
Oh, here we go. You're gonna love this. It's the typical news that you hear about the Giants, right?
What about the Atlanta Braves? Right. Maybe they might be in on.
Again, we're gonna be a little bit all over the place, even though the news is about Luis Robert. All right, here a source. I don't know who that is. Who is the source? Whatever. It could be his next door neighbor. I don't know. The Padres are willing to offer a package of their top prospects. Do they have any top prospects left? Dude, the Padres, I thought they got rid of them all last offseason, or I should say during the trade deadline. I thought they offloaded every single top prospect that they had. But anyways, let me go on. For all-star Freddie Peralta on the trade market. Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Giants, and the Braves remain. Look at this. Very interested. Yeah.
Come on. Who the hell's Hector anyway?
Woo! There we go, man. That's all. Hey, as a Giants fan, hey, we're used to this very interested freaking storyline. Who is he? This is who he is. MLB Insider has got 107 followers on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know the veracity of his information. He says a source. I don't know who the source is. Again, maybe he's connected to the Padres somehow. I don't know about how he knows about the other teams, to be honest with
Hector Gomez. Maybe he's Hector Webb from Little House on the Prairie fame, Eric. Remember Hector Webb?
Oh, I don't
Hector.
remember that.
Remember Reverend Alden drives out to his place? Come on, Hector. He throws his money at him. If my money you're after, Reverend. Hector, Mr. Webb. Remember the Webb girl, her father.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now.
It took a minute, but I knew you'd come through.
I know. Now I know where you're going.
After I told you.
But anyways, what do we got? Who's this? Hey, check this out. Look at this guy. I'm a Dodger fan, but I love you guys. MLB needs to throw SF a bone. Gosh dang it. You see that?
Look at his avatar. Is that Sling in the avatar?
That looks like
he's from a boy band or so. Look at that guy. Is he on a General Hospital? Look at that.
You know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of David Hasselhoff, the Hawk, man.
Good looking dude.
There you go.
He wouldn't fit on. He doesn't fit on this show.
But dude, I tell you, man, it stinks. Sling, it stinks. Oh, it is Star Wars, isn't it?
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
Star Wars. Holy crap. Thank you, Dallas. Better eyes than I have. But I don't know. Whatever. It sucks seeing, how many times I got to come on here and talk about other teams making big moves. And I get to come on here and talk about freaking Adrian Hauser and Tyler Mahle. Nothing against those guys. Don't get me wrong, but it doesn't really get the juices.
You got to talk about Weimer twice in 2 weeks. So at least that was a little bonus for you. Hey, while we got the Mets on the board, Eric, Carlos Beltran, a little round of applause for him, elected to the Hall of Fame today, along with Andrew Jones. And Andrew reminds me of Matt Stairs. Andrew Jones of the Braves, the White Sox, the Yankees, the Dodgers, the Rangers.
Yeah, he was all over the place. But good on them,
Everybody
right?
wanted him.
Good on them for both of them. Congratulations. Look, you got 3 guys going into the Hall of Fame. You got Andrew Jones, and you got 2 Giants, man. You got 2 Giants, even though it was only for about a couple of months. Beltran played for the Giants in 2011. Again, that was a move. I know there's a lot of back and forth as far as whether or not the Giants should have made that move. That was a move that the Giants should have made, right? Mm-hmm. Look, Wheeler didn't become who Wheeler is until years down the road. So, and the Giants were in the thick of it in 2011. So yeah, go. You make that move all day long. You lost Buster Posey to a catastrophic injury. Sabian saw, hey, the team's still doing well. Let's go out there and trade for a big bat. They did it. It didn't work out. Hey, it doesn't always work out. But anyways, yeah, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame and Andrew Jones. Yeah.
Not to
and don't forget Jeff Kent. Yeah.
Of course. And don't want to, it was just a little touch on what happened today. We're not going to talk about that. No Giants involved in the Hall of Fame except for Kent, and that was an off-season thing. Eric, you mentioned the old regime. Playoff Giant regime. They were willing to go out and make deals. Do you now think that the Giants have the stones, the balls this season to go out and move off all these players? Because I think April's going to be horrific. I don't think we're going to be competitive. I don't think it's a 500 ball club. I'm actually up. Today I checked the line. My line is up to 74. So 74 and 88 is what I think the Giants do. And based on the pitching line, Eric, with this pitching staff, this is not a 500 ball club. I don't care who's on the field. This pitching staff doesn't get it done. The bullpen, not enough depth, no closer. It's just you don't win without pitching, Eric. So my question isn't, do they add like those great 10, 11, 14, 16? Are they prepared to move off everybody and just freaking rebuild this from the ground up?
Oh, you want to go ground up? You're talking.
I always said that, Eric. I want a fresh start. They can't keep plugging the dam.
Okay.
You stick a finger in here and a finger in there, it's still going to leak. And that's what the Giants are doing. They're leaking oil, Eric.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to Susan Slusser earlier today, but she said some interesting things on Foul Territory. Talking about something that I've mentioned a few times, there seems to be a possible disconnect between Buster Posey and ownership. So maybe there is, maybe there isn't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I do know one thing: the Giants can, and I'm not going to rehash this again, but the Giants have the wherewithal to go out there and get some damn moves done, whether it's trades or whether it's or paying some. It's money. Just go make some more. It's not like the Giants are they're not destitute, right? Come on.
Mike Bow wants to open the GoFundMe. Get us a closer, Eric. Have we resorted to that?
And how about this? The Giants have 23 pitchers on the 40-man roster. We could trade a couple of those, no? You got a bunch of middle infielders in the minor leagues, right? Trade one or two of them. Make a move if that's what you want to do. And again, I don't know what the direction of the team is. Look, we thought we had a direction last year, right? With the moves that Buster Posey did last year, he's going for it, right? He's going for it. So I expected a little bit of the same here in the offseason before the 2026 season. Not necessarily, dropping a shit ton of money, but doing something. And what I mean by moves, look, does Adrian Hauser and Tyler Malley, is that doing something? Yeah, sure. All right. It's doing something. But is it doing something? You know what I mean? It just pisses me off.
Listen, what I'm talking about is when the Giants aren't competitive, Eric, maybe you got it. Finally, somebody in this organization's got to put their foot down. Will it be Posey and say, look, it's time to stop with the, Band-Aid brigade. And listen.
Band-Aid brigade.
Chapman, you don't think a team, say Toronto Blue Jays might be a team, Baltimore, maybe the Jays, somebody in there at the trade deadline, Eric, says, we're going for it all. We're a 95 win team, and they can have a Chapman for a bunch of minor leaguers. You think they wouldn't do that?
No, you can't do that.
Why?
Everybody keeps talking about that. You cannot do that. I'll tell you why.
I already said you can. So regardless of what Eric says, do not listen to him.
You can't. Buster Posey offered these no trade clauses for a reason. You don't renege on saying, nope, we give you a no trade clause, but guess what? In 2 years, we want to trade you. You can't do that. All you're doing is you're setting yourself up for some huge blowback, because what free agent is going to believe the front office if you're going to sit there and say, hey, you gave this guy a no trade, but yet you're telling him to waive his no trade clause. Who
cares if you're bringing in all these? If you bring in
because the player has to agree, and he could say this, and then you're stuck with him. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't do that.
If you can get him to waive the no trade, you deal these guys, Eric. I'm all about just.
Then they should have never. Buster Posey should have never gave a no trade clause.
He should never have signed his manager for another year and then cut him loose.
Well, there you go.
So there's a lot of questions to be asked about what Buster Posey's doing, Eric. And when this organization continues to talk to you, me, and everybody else who listens, saying we're happy with what we've got, are we really happy with what we got, Eric?
Yeah.
Stop with the BS. I'm telling you, I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I'm telling you, it is tough. Susan Susser brought up another good point on foul territory. The players that the Giants have, you only have a certain amount of window, right? Right? You got like a 5-year window right now. So you got to do something here. Whether it's, I don't know what you do. You like I said, trying to trade Adames or Chapman is going to be very difficult. Look, if it was later in the contract, if they've been here for 3 or 4 years, right? Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. But you don't do it after they've only played for you 1 year of that contract. Oh, it's a mess.
It's a mess. That's the problem, Eric. So on this side of the coin, you're saying, hey, we got a window. On the other side of the coin, I'm saying this isn't even a 500 ball club, Eric. When was the last time we made the playoffs?
But here's the thing. Yeah, I know.
And if we're not willing to add now, then what are we doing?
Well, there you go. If you're going to add, you got to trade prospects, or you got to spend money. It's either or.
Yes.
You got who you got.
Okay. I'm willing to agree with you on that. You may want to go your way. I'll go mine, but we cannot go down the middle with the status quo, Eric. A 500 team, maybe a 500 team, that's not working anymore.
Right. If it's a rebuild, okay, then you trade. But again, I just explained what the roadblocks are in trading some of these guys, right? But I don't think that's where they are, right? You just have to add. Add. That's all you got to do. Go out there and do something, man. I was getting crazy yesterday talking about Scooble again, right? It's a bit, hyperbolic, but my God, just go. But the Giants could do it. That's the problem. That's the problem, is that the Giants can do this. It's not, I've said this a million times. They're not a poor organization.
They sure act like it.
Look, if we were fans of the Miami Marlins or the Pittsburgh Pirates, even though they spin a little bit, or teams like that, well, you're not going to spend. Cincinnati Reds, even though they were willing to spend a bunch of money on Kyle Tucker, looks like they ain't doing anything. But granted, they do have a young club. But those fans don't expect any big free agent stuff coming down the pipe. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. Yeah, there you go, the Star or the Chicago White Sox, right? That's you just to this point right now, at this particular time in their timeline, the St. Louis Cardinals are kind of in that same boat. They're taking it down to the studs, and then they're going to rebuild it, and we'll see how that all works out. But I don't think that's where the Giants are. The Giants,
but you keep coming in here, Eric. And no, not an assault on you, but Eric, listen to what you're saying. We're not the Pittsburgh Pirates. We have the. I'm getting tired of them acting like the Pittsburgh Pirates, Eric.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
I call it Colorado Rocky baseball. Where are the moves?
Yeah.
They're content, and I hate to throw it back to what Dan says on his channel, but the lane that they like, Eric, is just play it safe, right up the middle. Don't deviate. Don't take a chance. You're not going to win without taking a chance. Trades, signing players. Baseball is a game of chance. You sign a big name and he gets hurt. Well, them's the breaks. You gotta be a man in motion, like Terry Fox, Eric. You got to be a man in motion. You got to do things. The Giants are status quo, Eric. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Giants fans that are tired of it. But and then look, what the Mets, you look what they're doing this year. They're trading and they're also signing. I mean,
We
the
launched
Giants.
this show at the trade deadline. I know I've said that 100 times, but we launched the show at the trade deadline last year. Do you remember we were talking about the Blue Jays? They don't even have a pitcher. What are they? They got nobody left to trade. Eric, in a year and a half, if you were a Jays fan right now, you'd be like, these guys, look at that front office. Holy cow. You'd be excited, Eric. I'm not excited about the front office moves this club is making this year. Sorry to say it. And I'm a ticket holder. Dude, even though it's $5 a game, I'm a ticket holder. What did you come in with last night or the night before? Maybe it was Friday. I don't know. I'm losing track in this offseason. We're on, we're not on. I got them at 74 wins. What did you come in with?
79.
Okay, so there you go. At least we got one thing in common, below 500.
Yeah, that's currently constructed. It's currently constructed. So let's see what happens. Now, again, let's get back to it real quick. We kind of went a little bit sideways. Luis Robert Jr. traded to the Mets. No longer a Chicago White Sox. The biggest thing, I guess, they gave up just a couple of prospects, nothing big, but they're taking on the entire contract of Luis Robert. So, hey, Chicago, they got a bunch of relief. They got $20 million off of their books going into the 26th season. Are they going to reinvest it? Probably not. Probably not. So,
hey, and they keep on telling us, Eric, it's no secret. They keep saying on media in the Bay Area, well, we're done. We're happy with what we've got. I cannot believe, Eric, in this day and age, and with the competition we're facing and what teams are doing in baseball, the money that's being spent, we're happy with what we've got, and we're going to go with the youth. What did the youth get us last year, Eric, and the year before? And all these, we're high on Luciano. Where the hell's he, Eric? We're high on Bailey. Bailey can't.
You know what Luciano has no team. You know how they were picked up by the Orioles? Well, the Orioles let him go.
What's going to go on? What's going to happen with Matos? That should be a conversation for some night. They're on the bench with Matos, man. He's either got to be up, sit, play, or they got to unload him. They're going to be on the team. That is status quo. What are we doing?
He's going to be on the team. He's going to be on the team, dude. That's where he's going to be.
We're going to go because they're going to go with the young guys, Eric.
They're whatever. Nobody, baby, says I'll go see the young guys in the minors. Hey, I'll tell you what, San Jose is going to be pretty damn exciting. I don't know if you're close to San Jose, but it looks like the brand new kid that they just signed. What is it? A few days ago, 3 days ago, right? Luis Hernandez. I think he might be starting off straight out at a San Jose, and I think the kid from last year, Josuar Gonzalez, I believe he's going to start the season in San Jose. So San Jose is going to have some exciting people to watch. Exciting kids to watch.
Josuar.
Oh, by the way, guys, because we're not going to be on. Yeah, we'll be on tomorrow. This Saturday, I'm going to be up in Sacramento, American River College. Robbie Dizzle, his college team, they're coming up to American River. The West Valley Vikings are going to take on the American River, whoever they are. So I'm gonna go up there. And go see Robbie and watch some West Valley Vikings baseball. So
it's always a great day to hang out with Robbie, isn't it? At the ballpark.
Yeah.
Plus you never know who you're going to meet. You'll be rubbing shoulders with celebrities with this guy. He knows everybody. Right. By the way, you talk about our old pal Jackson Brown, nobody's baby in here. He says he'll go see the Giants, the guys in the minors. You got to pay more. Get this, Eric. You got to pay more for a ticket to see Sacramento River Cats than you do for the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah.
$5 tickets.
Hey,
I told you I spent $125 to see 25 games.
Yeah, that's incredible. You can't beat that price.
Dude.
Not at all.
And why? Why? Because that's the product you're paying for. That's all they can sell it to you for. Do you remember when you were, let's go back, turn the page back a couple of chapters. You were working on another channel, making the big bucks over there. You were raking in the money. You were talking about the Giants one night, and I came on in the chat, and I said, yeah, boys, I got my tickets for $5. No, there's no tickets for $5. Oh, my God. No, there's no. Dude. That was when they had like a 5-game pack at $5 a game. Now, dude, you can go to half the season for $5 a game. That's pathetic, Eric. This is Major League Baseball. You're telling me they got to charge the fans $5 to get them in, and they got to give away Star Wars and Hello Kitty and all this crap just to get, not fans, just get the people in to buy the gimmicks, Eric, or get a free gimmick. This is great. This is nuts, Eric. This is what Giants baseball has become, and I'm not very happy as a fan.
Yeah, they got to look. It's all about the talent on the field. That's what you want to go. That's what the fans want. Baseball fans want to see the talent on the field, right? That's what we want to say. Hey, here we go. What's up, Don? Had a nice comment. Says, so let's put Susan Slusser on the hot seat. Minnie says she's blowing smoke because she's a Giants beat writer, but she's been the most vocal for Bellinger, and now there's a mystery team per sources. The Giants, maybe? And I'll tell you what. Hey, Don, look, I know, and I know, especially Lou, I know he's very critical of Susan, and I understand it, but she's actually, if you go listen to her on Foul Territory, go guys, check out Foul Territory. I don't know I think they might be on YouTube. They're definitely on X. And they had some interest. I had a good conversation with Brzezinski. So yeah, I mean, she's kind of getting after the Giants. Like, what's going on here? Why aren't they spending the money? You know, Buster wants to win, you know, but how come they're not off? Because Buster has said that, hey, if I come to them with a player that we want, they're willing to pay. So what is it then? Is Buster not seeing a guy that they want to pay? Or is it ownership maybe pushing back and saying, because, you know, and this is the whole thing. And I'll go back to this. Greg Johnson did not do his club any favors by 3 times. I think he did it with Susan Slusser. He did it with John Shea. And I believe he did it with Alex Pavlovich, right? Where he's come out and said that they don't want these long-term contracts and all this big money, blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what you did? You just pulled the rug out from underneath of Buster Posey if he wants to go do a trade, because now everybody else sees it and they're like, oh, well, if that's the only route that they're going to go, guess what? The prices are freaking through the roof. Yeah, can't do that. You can't do that to your Pobo. Mm-hmm. You can't. So unless the ownership has a course correction and are willing to go out there and want to spend some money, well, I don't know. I mean, I said this a few days ago. This is what you see is what you get. And what we're going to get is 500 baseball.
Yeah. Maybe ownership's got to pull a card from Buster Posey and do what he keeps the cards close to the vest. You got to admit that.
He does.
If there was a deal, I wouldn't even know it was coming.
None of us will know.
No. But let me ask you this. You're talking about a guy like Bellinger. Now, if you're Cody Bellinger and the similar money, we're talking big bucks, is going to be bantered around Dodgers, Giants, Blue Jays, Yankees, whatever. You think the Giants all of a sudden become his chosen destination?
You know what? I'm going to do a quick poll before we get out of here, man. I'm going to do a quick poll.
And quite frankly, do you think a Bellinger lifts us into the playoffs, Eric?
Nope.
I think we're missing Eric. And if you just, oh God, I hate to ask you this question, Eric. I know it's been rattling around in your mind over there in Galt all day long. Every day you're thinking, oh my God, wait till next year. What the hell? What is the pitching staff next year, Eric?
Yeah, I know.
It's going to be a one-man show. They got to move off Ray eventually, right? And you would anticipate it's the trade deadline. And I asked Lou about it last time. Maybe sooner than the trade deadline, you move off of them, mm-hmm. depending on how they get out of the gate. And I'm telling you, this. Have you ever seen a Giants schedule so bad in the month of April?
That's going to be a rough one. Dallas says, I think Bellinger helps. He does. It really makes the lineup look pretty damn good. No, there's no doubt about it. The lineup will be better, but here's my problem.
Balance. You make the lineup better. We still don't have the pitching, Eric.
There you go. And that's the problem, right? And that's why I put the poll out there. If they're the sign anybody, who would you rather have? Would you rather have Framber Valdez or would you have Cody Bellinger? And I think everybody knows if anyone's been watching me, everyone understands who I want. I want Framber.
Framber for me. I've never liked Bellinger. I told you.
Hey, in a perfect world, both. both? How about
Oh,
both?
yeah, good. Attaboy.
Come on,
Attaboy.
right?
Attaboy. That's my buddy. My whole logic in the Bellinger thing, I've told you a number of times, and I think it was last night I threw it back out on the air, Eric. You could have gotten Bellinger 3-4 years ago before the Yankee. You could have got Bellinger for a dime compared to what he's asking now. You didn't want him. You didn't make the effort to get him then. Don't go out and spend all this money on a Bellinger now. If you didn't want him then, don't get him now.
What do you, hey, I mean, that's the problem. You know,
It's like Lou Marsden. We got him at a dime, Eric. Next year, if I'd said, he's going to cost us $250,000, you'd say, nope, we should have got him last year. Same with Bellinger. I think we had a chance to get him. That ship sailed.
Don, that's a great comment. I get what you're saying, but the Dodgers don't give a shit. They've won 2 World Series without Bellinger. I think they could care less whether who the hell the Giants signed. To be honest,
listen, Eric. Yeah,
you know what's going to piss off what's going to piss off the Dodgers is if he signed freaking Framber Valdez and he's striking out freaking Shohei Ohtani, Kyle Tucker, and what's his name, Freeman.
Listen, SF Giant, the LA Dodgers are not thinking about what the Giants are doing. They don't care. We're not on their mind. Luis Robert. We couldn't even get a guy like that, Eric. I mean, Luisangel and Truman.
That's a fact.
Pauley?
Don, that's a fact.
Maybe he's related to Pauley Mack. I don't know. Eric.
And Thomas, that's a lot of lefties in there. That's only
But look at that. That's a weak lineup, Eric. Go backwards. Bailey can't hit. Schmidt, I'd get rid of him in a heartbeat. Jung-Hoo Lee, slap hitter. Chapman, up and down like a yo-yo. Eldridge, we haven't got a clue. Bellinger, Ramos.
No, Bellinger's decent.
I don't think it's a good lineup. I don't think it's a good lineup. Okay. Eric, 74 wins if we're lucky. 74 wins.
No, I mean that lineup will do something. You just gotta have the rotation.
They're gonna have to outslug teams 14-12 because we got no pitching, Eric. We don't have any depth of pitching to win us games.
That's the problem.
Jackson. See, Jackson Brown knows commentary. Look at that, Jackson. Nobody's baby. You're right, Glenn. See, that's why we love you. Come on in. And don't forget the super chats.
Oh man!
After Eric's story about riding the bus the other night, we need all the help we can get.
And you're not wrong, Don. Don's coming in and he's making some good points. Bellinger gives the team roster flexibility while Framber eats the innings and takes pressures off the bullpen. But and again, hey, Don, let's not talk about it. If you have Logan Webb and then right behind him, Framber Valdez, both of those guys are going to probably go 7 innings, right? Maybe more.
But the problem is they're not on our lineup now, Eric. The team is going with what we've got.
Maybe.
That's what they tell us. So are they lying to us again? Either way, they're lying to us. They think we're competitive with the team we got. All these young guys, we're going to see what we got. We're quite happy. Well, I think that's BS.
And look, Dallas is 100% correct. Hated Hicks and Verlander last year. Then you traded in them for Hauser and Malley. Still pretty flimsy. Agreed. No margin for error. That's the thing, man. Right, Dallas? That's exactly the point. Is you're not bolstering the rotation with those ads. If you want to bolster, you got to have to go big. Whether it's a Peralta, whether it's a Framber, that's where you have to be if you're going to want to compete, man. Because let's be honest, the Giants lineup compared to some of these other lineups just isn't quite there with other clubs. They just aren't. And the strength of the club, historically has always been pitching. And for some reason, the Giants have been lacking in that, with the exception of Logan Webb, right? The dominant pitching just hasn't been there for quite some time as far as being able to acquire or even develop it. So, man, I want to see a super freaking rotation if we can. And then roll your dice on the lineup because, look, if you prevent the other team from scoring too many runs and then you're able to score just a few, you're going to be fine. Come on. Come on.
And listen, Hicks, Verlander, now Hauser, Molly. Listen, Eric, that is barely. You're stretching it to say that's even a horizontal move. And then the roster, Eric. I mean, we haven't beaten this horse yet to death. They split our bench. You and I, we had it covered. Wilmer Flores, and then they not signing him. They let your guy go. They cut up the bench, man. Dom Smith, he's gone. Yeah, so listen, this team has taken steps backward in this offseason, Eric. 74-win team, guys. Mark it down now. Take it to Vegas. I'm telling you, this is not a 500 ball club. The pitching staff can't get it done. And what did I say to you when we signed off last night's show, Eric? I'm just throwing it out there. You lose either Webb or Ray to injury, and the season is cooked.
Cooked. 100%.
Keep a close eye in the World Baseball Classic. You don't want anybody pulling a hammy there either.
No, you don't. Or blowing out an elbow. I agree.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about this before we get out of here. Cody Bellinger, where do you think he goes? You think he goes? I think I know where you know where he goes. Where
I think he goes Blue Jays, yeah.
He goes Blue Jays? I say he goes back to the Yankees. And again, I'm trying to make sense, even though this offseason has been kind of senseless, but I think he goes back to the Yankees. His dad played for the Yankees. He played for the Yankees last year. I think he's back in pinstripes.
Could be. I'm just weighing the option of there's a competitive team, Eric. We saw what we saw in the World Series this year. Blue Jays, dominant. They were dominants in the AL. And then you got the Dodgers. So very well, if you're a betting guy, wouldn't be far-fetched to put your money on a repeat. So do you think he wants to go to a team that competes? That's, again, Eric, I've said it before. Do you agree with me? If you're making that kind of money, are you saying if Colorado offers him $700 million, does he have to go there? I do some serious soul searching. And do you want to just chase money? Do you want to go and have a shot at winning and still make a lot of money?
Of course, right? Yeah. So we'll see.
That's why I often ask you, why would anybody want to go play with the Giants? But food for thought another evening.
Sling, our Star Wars buddy, goes, FanDuel has the Giants win total at over under 80.5.
I'm betting the under there, Eric. Lou's betting the under. I believe you are. You said 79. That's pretty close.
79.
I can't see them doing it with the pitching staff they have. Things could change.
And this is why I keep coming back, because for me, it makes no sense. We can't be the only ones that see this, right?
Yeah.
The organization has to see the same thing, that this isn't where the club needs to be. And if they are banking on, well, if this team kind of falters, or if we go on a run, or if this or if that, again, it's the whole what if strategy.
The Jays didn't get worse. Benji's a Dodger fan, though. Jays got worse. The Dodgers got better. No. Insane says 78. How's the poll looking?
Let's take a look at it before we get out of here. Who would you rather sign, Valdez or Bellinger? 59% say Bellinger, 41% say Valdez.
I was in Valdez. You were in Valdez. We don't get to cast.
That's quite interesting. Okay, interesting. They want a bat. The chat wants a bat. All right, let's get the hell out of here.
A rebuild,
all right, guys.
This isn't a rebuild, Eric. In my opinion. This isn't a rebuild. When you enter the season and you say we're going with the young guys who didn't get it done last year and you're bringing them back, you say Matos, if they don't deal Matos, he's on the roster. So if it didn't get it done last year, what do you – and the worst strikeout team that I've ever seen, Eric. So all of a sudden, in breaking news, the Giants learned to put the bat on the ball in the offseason.
And look, I wouldn't be surprised if they're pinning this all on the coaching staff, right?
They don't win you games, Eric.
I'm telling you. Hold on, let me finish. I think that's the reason why. That's why the reason they hired Tony Vitello and bringing in these guys. I think they're going to try to coach these guys up and get a little bit more out of them, and that's what they're going to do. I think that's what it feels like. Look, they could totally go out there and get some other guys, but I think that's what they're trying to bank on. And to be honest with you, that's tough to ask that of a brand new manager to try to turn around an organization and being able to hit better and pitch better. So
I know.
whatever.
I know. But, okay, can I leave you with this parting pearl of wisdom?
Sure.
In my about 18 years in the professional ranks with the hockey teams, Eric, when you've got a coach who tries to – these are professional athletes, Eric. This isn't college. This isn't junior hockey in Ontario League or Western. This isn't college hockey. We're talking baseball. But my days in hockey, Eric, the whole rah-rah, and we're gonna teach you. The players say, shut up, we'll teach you a few things. They're getting paid, Eric. So this bringing Tony Vitello, do you think Tony Vitello, better not get hit by lightning for saying that, do you think he's the next savior, Eric? I don't see Tony Vitello coming into town. And I mean, we're not going to be throwing a parade for him coming the fall.
Can't answer that question. Honestly, I can't answer that question on Tony Vitello. Can't. So we'll see what happens.
I'm having more fun watching Sharks and Sharks and Valkyries, and then Eric and I got to do this for how many nights this summer, Eric?
Yeah.
I'll need a haircut. Jesus.
I'll be calling in sick. All right, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 8:00. And back to our normal regular program. Hey, unless some other breaking news happens, but who knows? Anyway, so recap. Luis Robert Jr. has been traded to the Mets. Mets are going to take on the entire contract of Luis Robert. I believe it's $20 million for this year, $2 million for 27. They traded two insignificant type of prospects. What was it? Some guy named Pauley, Truman Pauley, and Ronald Acuna's baby brother, Luisangel, is going back to Chicago White Sox. So again, hey, Mets made another move, another trade. Remember earlier in the season, they started off with trading for Simeon. Now they got Luis Robert Jr. They paid for Bo Bichette. So we'll see if Mets are going to do anything else. I don't know.
Let me ask you one more thing, and the chat can think about this. We'll talk about it tomorrow because we got to get out of here. It's bedtime, Eric. I need all the beauty sleep I can get. And here is my question. I want you to roll this around your mind. I'm sure you want to answer it tonight. Tony Vitello situation. We want to talk about him. Let's talk about him tomorrow night, Eric. And we haven't talked about him for a while. The season's approaching. So my question to you here, Eric, tonight. Buster Posey brings in this manager. No major league experience. Nobody even knew who he was, for God's sake. Don't say, I watch college ball every night on ESPN+. That's BS. Nobody knew Tony Vitello, okay? So my question is, a lot of people in the chat, a lot of Giants fans seem to be rolling with, Buster knows what he's doing. Go back 2 or 3 years, Eric. If the old regime had brought in Tony Vitello, what would the mood be?
Yeah, I know. You're right. You're not wrong. If Farhan brought him in, people would be pissed.
There you go. Think about that in the chat.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow in detail.
Oh, you know what else we could talk about? Rob Manfred. Did you hear what he said he wants to do with the baseball season? Did you hear what he wants to do with the baseball season?
He wants to extend it by about 5 years so there won't be a strike.
He wants a split schedule, man. Did you hear about this?
Oh, I heard something the other day. Is the truth that he wants to have an in-season tournament?
Yes, a split. Get out of here, dude.
Come on, Eric.
I know.
Reinvent the wheel.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, please. For once.
Things aren't broken here. People rolling in. Want to thank everybody who joined us. We are up over 100 just on the YouTube alone tonight. So thank you, and everybody who joined us on Twitter. I'll see you tomorrow night, Eric. Good to be back. Doing a random show like this.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's nice to talk about baseball. Baseball's getting here soon. Guys, we're talking 3 weeks, pitchers and catchers report. It'll be here before you know it. So, all right, here we go. All right, guys, be good. Enjoy the rest of your night, and we'll see you tomorrow at 8:00 Pacific.
See you tomorrow.
Woo!
You've been watching Giant Sports Talk Live with Eric and Glenn, a Northern Lights Entertainment Broadcasting production.